Habibi gang, rewind to the 54th minute at London Stadium with me. The score is already 3-0 to Liverpool.
Yeah.
And the atmosphere is electric. West Ham are on the ropes. And then it happens.
It all falls apart.
Trent Alexander-Arnold, you know all those Real Madrid rumors going around?
Oh, yes. Whirling around.
Steps up for a free kick.
And you could feel it. Feel the tension in the air.
Oh, yeah.
West Ham's defense.
They're disorganized.
Resigned to their fate almost.
They barely even challenged him. Alexander-Arnold picks his spot. That curling shot takes a slight deflection. 4-0 Liverpool. But it's a celebration that really got me.
What do you think he's saying?
That silencing the chatter gesture. Hand to the ear, little smirk. Is he sending a message to the doubters? To Real Madrid? To everyone?
It's like he's saying, don't underestimate me. Feels like a statement. Adds another layer to the narrative. We know Real Madrid's been sniffing around.
Absolutely. And speaking of statements, we have to talk about Mo Salah.
Oh, he was on fire.
1 goal, 2 assists, and with that, he becomes the first Premier League player ever to achieve 8 games in a single season, with both a goal and an assist.
Wow.
Is this Salah's best season yet? We're not even halfway through, and he's already matching his previous best goal tally.
It's phenomenal. What's interesting is how he's evolved his game. He's not just a winger cutting in anymore. He's dropping deeper, orchestrating the attack.
Like a playmaker.
Linking up play like a seasoned playmaker.
You're right. There's this tactical shift that seems to have unlocked another level in him. He's influencing the game in so many ways beyond just goals. And it's all contributing to this incredible run Liverpool are on. They're now unbeaten in 23 matches across all competitions.
It's the kind of dominance we haven't seen in a while.
They're crushing it.
This win against West Ham puts them 8 points clear at the top.
Wow.
They're counter-pressing relentlessly, they're suffocating teams, and they're scoring goals for fun.
And poor West Ham. They were completely outclassed, described as totally disconnected in one article.
Totally sums it up.
They offered little resistance, their midfield was non-existent.
Non-existent.
And the defense was shaky at best. What's going wrong for them?
Well, let's look at the stats. Their midfield is losing the possession battle, they're getting overrun, and Lopetegui's high defensive line is backfiring.
Okay.
It's like they're trying to play an expansive game without the personnel or the structure to support it.
And you could see the frustration on Lopetegui's face. Is he the right man for the job?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
There's definitely talent in the squad, but something's not clicking. Whether it's tactical, motivational, or a combination of both, he needs to figure it out quickly.
Because if they continue like this, they're in for a very long and difficult season.
Absolutely. You know, it's easy to just get caught up in all that Liverpool dominance and kind of forget about the other side.
Right.
But for West Ham,
Yeah.
is it all on Lopetegui, or are there kind of bigger problems at play here?
I think it's a bit of both. Tactically, they're all over the place, but you also have to look at the players. Like their commitment, their desire. At times, it looked like they'd already accepted defeat.
Yeah, that lack of fight. When your midfield's constantly losing the ball and your defense is just leaking goals.
Oh, it's got to be demoralizing.
It can be so demoralizing, but leaders need to emerge,
Yeah.
to rally the troops. I'm not seeing that from West Ham right now.
No, not at all.
Right.
And yeah, that leads perfectly to my next point.
Okay.
On the other side, you have Arne Slot and Liverpool.
Yeah.
It's remarkable what he's done with this squad.
He really is.
It's not just the results. It's the style, the swagger, the belief.
It's the way they've just integrated those signings so seamlessly.
Lucy has election.
Great. And Cody Gakpo.
Clinical.
They've added another dimension to Liverpool's attack, and it's breathtaking to watch.
Diaz, with that early goal, really set the tone perfectly.
Yeah.
In Gakpo, bagging his 8th of the season, he's proven to be a steal.
Absolutely. And their midfield, the engine room of this Liverpool side, they control the tempo, win the ball back with such intensity, and create chance after chance.
It's beautiful to watch.
It's like a perfectly choreographed dance.
But like you said earlier, it's easy to look unstoppable when you're playing a team like West Ham, who practically handed them those goals on a silver platter. The real test for Liverpool will come against the other title contenders.
Exactly. Can they maintain this level of intensity against teams like Man City or Chelsea?
Right.
That's the question that will define their season.
And this is what makes this title race so intriguing.
I know, right?
You have Liverpool setting this ridiculously high bar, almost daring the rest of the league to catch them.
It'll be fascinating to see if anyone can step up. Let's be honest, even if Liverpool drops a few points here and there, it's hard to imagine them just completely collapsing.
They're too good.
They have too much quality, too much depth, too much belief in their system.
And that's where Aaron Slot deserves all the credit. He's built this culture of winning, of relentless pressing, of attacking football that's just a joy to watch.
Right.
And the players have clearly bought into it.
100%. You see it in their movement, their communication, their celebrations. They're a unit, a collective force.
Driven by a shared purpose.
Okay, so let's circle back to some individual performances that stood out. Besides, Salah's brilliance, of course.
Of course. Well, let's start with Diaz. His work rate was phenomenal. He wasn't just attacking, he was tracking back.
Winning tackles?
Winning tackles, making things happen all over the pitch. He's quickly becoming a fan favorite at Anfield, and you can see why.
Yeah, he brings that energy, that spark, that unpredictability.
Totally.
And his connection with Salah and Gakpo is growing with each game.
And then Gakpo. He seems to have really found his groove, scoring goals regularly, linking up play beautifully.
Like he was born to wear that Liverpool shirt.
His movement off the ball is fantastic. He's a threat in the air, and he can finish with both feet. A truly complete forward.
He really is. And we can't forget the man who started our whole conversation today.
Oh, Alexander-Arnold.
Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Yeah.
That goal, that celebration. It felt like a message, maybe even a glimpse into his future.
Makes you wonder, is he thinking about Real Madrid?
Is he tempted by playing for one of the biggest clubs in the world? Because his performance today was a serious reminder of his incredible talent.
He was outstanding, defensively and offensively. That ability to control a game from right back, it's a rare gift.
And it makes you realize, as good as Liverpool is, losing a player like Alexander-Arnold would be a massive blow.
It would be. And that brings us to another key talking point. Joe Gomez and his injury.
Oh, right.
Hamstring problem. Looks like he'll be out for a while. How big of a loss is this for Liverpool?
It's significant. Gomez has been a rock. Just so reliable.
Yeah.
But the silver lining is that this Liverpool squad has depth.
They do.
Jarell Quansah, who came on as a substitute, showed promise. He's a young talent with a bright future.
He is, but throwing him into the fire, especially with the title race heating up, it's a risk.
It is.
Can he handle that pressure?
It's a gamble, for sure. But Slot has shown that he's willing to trust his young players, and Quansah will have to rise to the occasion.
So is this Liverpool's biggest weakness? Their reliance on youth in key positions.
It's definitely something I keep an eye on, but you could also argue that it's their strength.
How so?
These young players bring energy, fearlessness,
They're hungry.
and a hunger to prove themselves.
It's a delicate balance, and it'll be interesting to see how it plays out over the course of the season. So we've talked about Liverpool's dominance, West Ham's struggles, and the individual brilliance of players like Salah, Diaz, and Gakpo.
Yeah.
But Habibi gang, there's one big question looming over this whole narrative.
Yeah, what's that?
The question of whether this Liverpool machine
Can anyone stop them?
is truly unstoppable,
Not.
or if we're going to start to see some cracks.
Right.
And I think the Joe Gomez injury brings that question into sharp focus.
It does.
He's been such a key part of their defensive solidity, and now they're relying on a young, untested player in Jarell Quansah.
It's a gamble, no doubt about it, but
Yeah.
it's also an opportunity. This is where those dynasty teams, they
Yeah.
really set themselves apart. They find ways to win, even when key players are missing. Think back to some of the great teams of the past. They always had that next man up mentality.
That's true.
Yeah.
But the Premier League is relentless. The pressure is immense, especially with Liverpool already 8 points clear at the top. Every game is a must-win,
Every single one.
and that can really take a toll on a young player like Quansah.
Absolutely. He'll need to mature quickly to handle the physicality and the mental demands of playing at this level
Week in, week out.
week in and week out, and the other players are going to need to step up
Right.
to support him, to guide him.
And this is where leadership comes in. We talked about West Ham lacking leaders, but Liverpool have them in abundance.
Oh, they do.
Players like Jordan Henderson, Virgil van Dijk,
Oh, yeah.
even Mo Salah, they set the tone. They drive the standards.
They create that culture of excellence, that winning mentality.
And that can't be underestimated. It's what helps teams to overcome adversity and stay focused when the pressure is on.
So to answer that big question, is Liverpool unstoppable? I think it's too early to say for sure. But they have all the right ingredients: talent, depth, a world-class manager, and a winning mentality. And right now, they're playing with a swagger and a confidence that's hard to match.
Like a shark that smelled blood. They're relentless, they're efficient, and they're hungry for more, and that's what makes them so dangerous.
But this is the Premier League, and the Premier League is full of surprises. There are twists and turns.
Well, in every corner.
Other teams will be looking to exploit any weaknesses they can find, and the pressure will only intensify as the season goes on.
That's what makes it so exciting. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Even though Liverpool are in pole position right now, anything can happen.
And let's not forget that other lingering question. What will Trent Alexander-Arnold do? Will he stay at Liverpool and be part of this potential dynasty? Or will he be tempted by the allure of Real Madrid?
That's a question that's probably going to hang over the rest of the season. And it's a decision that could have major implications for both Liverpool and the Premier League title race.
Well, Habibi gang, there you have it. Our deep dive into the West Ham versus Liverpool match. A dominant performance from the Reds, who look unstoppable right now. But as we've discussed, there are still some intriguing questions and storylines to follow.
We'll be back to break it all down for you.
Make sure to tune in to the next episode
Of the Pundit Habibi podcast later today.
for more football analysis and discussion.
Until then, stay passionate, stay informed, and keep the Habibi spirit alive.